Hello, my dear. Rhondaconsta, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Sorry it took so long. Just things just keep coming up. Good grief. That time of year. So, you've already done this before. You know how this works. And I just like to remind people to communicate the best way we can. If it doesn't make any sense now, something in here doesn't make any sense, keep it in mind because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what she's talking about. You'd be surprised how many emails I get after readings and they go, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I couldn't think of it at the time. So we're gonna talk to your Aunt Rhonda, right? Let me make sure I got the right name. It's my name. Oh, because she was telling me earlier. She says, us Rhondas, we're all beautiful, aren't we? We're just beautiful. We have that name. She says she loves each and every inch of you. And she's not sad, but she's unhappy that she didn't make it clear to you while she was here that she totally understood everything you did as far as what you were saying about her telling you about your mom or something like that, that she understood every reason why you didn't want to believe those things. She wasn't doing them to be hateful. She was just doing them to try to help you, to try to help you clear things up. That she just wanted you to understand. She was trying her best to help you cope in your head with the things that went on. She says, I tried to never let you down. But in a way, she feels like she did, like she didn't do enough, like to help you more kind of mentally. I don't want to say mentally, but I don't know how else to put it. Mentally cope with those things, like what she was saying. She says, maybe I didn't use the right approach. Maybe I didn't say it in the right way. She says, but I had to take a chance on you, maybe even possibly hating me for what I said and did. But she says, I felt like you needed to know. And she says it worked out in the end. So she does feel like she did the right thing, maybe not in the right way, but it's the only way she knew how to say it and express it. And I hope that makes sense. She says she's like going like this and bowing down to you. She is over the top proud of you, over the top proud of the decisions you made in your life. She said, yes, we all make mistakes. So what? Um, don't make the same mistake twice. But she is so very, very over the top proud of you right now. She said, you are doing the right thing. You are doing what you need to do. But it's like you have this shadow over you, this whatever it was with your mom. She's not showing me or telling me. It's like a shadow that hangs over you. You know, what's that? Is it Linus or who cartoon character is that has the little cloud, everywhere he walks, there's a cloud over his head? That's the way she's kind of showing it. She's, okay. I don't know if you understand anything about energy work, What she's telling me she wants you to do is, even though maybe you don't realize that cloud is just kind of hanging around, imagine the sun shining on your head. Imagine there being no clouds, and just keep doing that and doing that. And eventually that cloud will just kind of fizzle away. It's energy work. You change the energy of the cloud. You make it a bright, sunshiny, beautiful day. She says, "You're never alone. I'm right there with you." She's singing a song. You've got a friend. She was singing the song. I go, get to the line. Gives me the title of the song. I know the song. Hang on. Okay, she's singing "You've Got a Friend in Me." That's not the original person that sang it, but Alexa brought up the one from Toy Story. So go Google Toy Story song "You've Got a Friend in Me." She's singing that to you. So and you may also hear this song once in a while, like um, you could be walking through the store and it might play on their music system, or it might pop up on your radio. It might pop up in a movie you watch. It doesn't count if you go watch Toy Story because we know it's going to be in there. You can't go looking for it. It comes to you. Know that that will be a sign from her. And you could even see it. Let's say you're walking through Walmart and you feel like looking to the right, and there could be like a picture or something that says something similar to "You've got a friend." "You've got a friend in me," something along that line, or maybe even a Toy Story picture. You just happen to see this poster or something. When you get a sign from her, validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. She says, "I've got your six." I don't know if you know what that means. That means, like in police talk, "I've got your back. I've got your six." But she's saying it that way. So we decided to, these are my release cards. There's something you need to let go of. So I shuffle until she tells me to stop. So she picks the card. So she picks "Surrender to What Is." Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Sounds like it goes right along with what we were talking about. So I kind of hate that card for myself. It's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And there's some of those things that you can't do anything about it because it's like somebody else's decisions or somebody else's doings, and you can't fix somebody else. So it is what it is, and you need to accept that it is what it is. And she says, and allow the other person to own their own mistakes. So I don't know if she's talking about your mom or somebody else. Allow them to own those mistakes. They're not your mistakes. Just it is what it is. She keeps saying that it is what it is. I hate that because I like to help people and I like to change it. No, let's do this. Let's fix it. Sometimes you can't. She says sometimes you have to realize that those things are not because of you. They're in spite of you. It's not because of you. And she said actually has nothing to do with you. And she says sometimes it's hard to sit back and watch others make mistakes and fall on their face. And sometimes you just have to let them do it. She says we're here to learn lessons. And when other people have to learn their lessons, sometimes you just have to let go and let them learn their lesson. And she says sometimes you have to do that for yourself. Let go and let God. And know that you are a beautiful person inside. And part of the reason you're a beautiful person inside is because of some of the things that have kicked you in the ass along your way. And I always tell people that we're here to learn lessons. This is what they've taught me. Come to Earth to learn lessons. And the ones that we learn from the fastest and we don't forget, and the ones we learn from the most are the ones that hurt the most. And I keep telling them, stop doing that. Can't find a way to teach us our lessons in a nicer way. Some of these hurt like hell. She says, take your lessons that have kicked you in the ass and roll them in a ball and roll with it. She says, roll with it. Roll with the flow. Roll with the flow. Eventually, you will see why you had to learn that lesson. Later in life, you'll learn why you had to learn that lesson. And even for myself, I've learned that something that kicked me in the ass years and years ago, when I got a little bit older, I knew how to use that, or I learned how to use that to help somebody else, or even in what I'm doing now, all those hurts, because I had a very hurtful life, have taught me how to help other people with the same hurt, the same thing. She says you've learned compassion through some of that hurt. And you will be fine because you've got a friend in me. And then she starts laughing. She says you have I promise you 1,000%, she can hear you, she can see you, talk to her all you want to. You don't need me to talk to her. She can hear you. But you also have a very powerful guide. It's a male energy, but guides aren't always somebody who was here. My guide was here and he left me. So it doesn't have to, but it feels very masculine and very strong. And you don't have to know his name. They don't need to have names. Just call on that guide. Call on the guide that Rhonda said I had, however you want to do it. But he's helping you along the way too. And we all have guides and we have different guides. And sometimes we have one guide for a while and then we grow and go to another step, and then another different guide steps in to carry us a little further. And there's multitudes of guides for different things. He's not saying exactly, he's just your main guide. Call him main guide, Mr. Main Guide. But she will help you too. I feel like she's working with him. So she says, if you watch, you work on seeing that sunshine and no cloud. And I don't know that, I'm not saying you have a cloud like depression cloud or a bad omen cloud or anything like that. It's just something heavy on you, something heavy. And it could be clearing your gut. It just took me a few years ago to figure out that all the things that happened to me when I was 5 years old that were bad, thought I got rid of them. No, I stuffed them. So it could be clear down in there too. Could be even something you're not aware of. She's not saying for sure. She's got a bell and she's ringing it. Like a kind of like a schoolhouse bell, So you'll be, well, it's Christmas time. You're going to hear lots of bells. So it's a bigger, I've got one over there. It doesn't have to be, but it's not a little jingle bell. Hang on. Because sometimes they show me exact and sometimes they don't. This is a little large, but it's that kind of bell. My chakra bell. So know when you hear a bell like that or you see one and she says, "Yes, I did get my wings." So, yeah, I think she's talking about, what is it, A Wonderful Life, where when an angel gets his wings, you hear a bell or something? She says, I'm very happy where I'm at. I love the people. Grief, I keep burping. I love the people that I've met back up with. But I love popping in to check on you too. Oh, she got real quiet. Where'd you go? She says, don't ever be afraid to call on her. So if you're sitting there by yourself, alone, lonely, sad, whatever, or you just want to chat, just start talking to her. She can hear you. She will be right there, and you don't have to talk out loud. We have telepathic ears, so you can talk without opening your mouth, and she'll still hear you. She says she's very tuned in to you. So you should, she's not saying what they are, but you should get little things. And when this little, whatever the little thing is, pops into your head, and the first person you think of is her, then know that that little thought suggestion was from her. As long as it's a good, happy thought, so not a bad thought. As long as it's a happy thought, don't pay attention to it, because she's not going to send you any bad thoughts. She says, I'm kind of your guardian angel number two. I think she's letting this other guide be your guardian angel, so to speak. She says, I'm number two. Got a big smile on her face. She's beautiful. She feels beautiful, full of love for you. If you need some loving energy or you're lonely some night or whatever, call on her. You should feel that energy. And everybody feels it different. So it'll probably be very slight most of the time. Some of them come in with a bang. And you might just get a warm, fuzzy feeling. And that's good. So with that, she's going to go. She's singing I'll Be Home for Christmas. You can count on me. She's singing the whole song. Go Google that song. She will be around somewhere at Christmas. Count on it. Count on her being a very, very dependable guide for you. And she says, I'm sorry things went the way they did, but it all worked out for the best. And I love you. Don't ever forget that. And with that, she's leaving. Hang on. I can't remember who the artist was. As she's walking away, she's singing Leaving on a Jet Plane by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Now, even if she wasn't old enough for that song, even if you don't know why she would know that song, it doesn't, not to her type of music, it doesn't matter. They pick songs that I can pick up, that I can relate to, so I can pick them out. Because if they play some headbanging music, I go, I'm never going to figure out what that is to tell you. She's giggling. She has a very beautiful, soft energy. So, oh, she says, but she can be ornery. So look for ornery things to be. She's not saying what. Look for ornery things to be happening around you. You know, let's say you lay a pencil down and you go back to get it, and where did it go? things like that. Okay. That she's leaving. She's still singing Leaving on a Jet Plane. I don't know. Are you going to be on a jet plane pretty soon? Or did you just have a trip on a plane? Maybe she's validating that she knows that. She says she doesn't need a jet plane. She can go anywhere she wants. Yeah. She's blowing you kisses. Much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. She's a beautiful woman. Later. Peace.